Hello everyone, my name is Melisa and this is my final project for Advanced GIS. I will be doing an analysis of emergency facilities and escape routes for a community in the Santa Cruz Mountains and how that can be improved given its fire risk. Just for some background, the CZU fire in 2020 burned over 86,000 acres throughout the Santa Cruz Mountains. It impacted various communities, but it did stop short of 5 miles from our focus area. A little bit about the Lompico community. It is located adjacent to the Loch Lomond Preserve, as you can see here in this photo, and it's a highly densely populated area that is only serviced by one major road. Given its location next to Loch Lomond and the amount of people that live, it can be classified as a wildland-urban interface community, which is areas where houses meet or intermingle with undeveloped wildland vegetation. This serves a little bit as a risky place to live because the community of Lompico currently has a high fire risk of wildfire over the next 30 years as determined by CALFIRE, which you can see on this map here through this legend. The community would be located right here. This means that both private property owners and emergency services have to adopt a proactive mindset to just adapt to increasing fire risk, since this could be very damaging to properties and just lives overall. The goal of this project is really just to determine the service areas for the already established local fire station in the area, and also determining how long the residents that live at the farthest end of the area have to evacuate. I will then use that to determine where a second fire station should be placed, because ideally we would want the communities to be served more effectively, so we would want to be able to have a better service area for everyone. And then at the end, for next steps, I would give recommendations for creating a defensible space buffer. So in order to achieve that, we have a few different methods we have to do. My methods part one required first just getting a bunch of metadata from various sources and establishing my variables. This included looking for the fire risk map, which was seen right above from CALFIRE. But then I also acquired data from mostly the county of Santa Cruz, and this was for building footprints, emergency facilities, and major roads. So I was able to do a lot of establishing specifically what I wanted to look at by the select layer by attribute feature on ArcPro. Then I did a service area analysis with the desired emergency facility to determine the service areas within 5, 10, and 15 minutes. And then I did a driving time analysis by a destination origin cost matrix of how long it would take those farthest houses to evacuate the area. So here in our first results, we could see that the community of Lompico, which is the focus area right here, has a lot of houses within both the 5-minute region and the 10-minute region. And if you actually zoom in, you could see that there are some houses right here within the 10 to 15-minute region. Those are the houses at the end of the road. We could also see the little attribute table from the origin destination cost matrix, showing us that those houses do fall just above the 10-minute marker. They do fall into the 15-minute service area zone. I did a summarize within analysis for this original service area to determine that the exact number of houses that fell within each. And I was able to also find that the National Fire Protection Association has a standard for fire first alarm emergency vehicles to reach their ideal destination within 5 minutes. This means that only 229 houses within the Lompico community would fall under that standard, with most of them falling under the 10 minutes and 65 falling within the 15. Ideally, we would want to make sure most of the houses are shifted over to the 5-minute standard. So this will be done by proposing where a second fire station should be placed. Here is my model builder showing my methods part 2 with the original summarized from within analysis, but then a second generated service area analysis for where a proposed fire station should be placed. And then I wanted to use that for another summarized within analysis to see if more housing would fall within that 5-minute marker. So here is the second service area analysis. the second proposed fire station right here in the blue was moved significantly up from on the major road. And you can see that now most of the houses were impacted within the 5-minute service area. And just to remember, the first fire station would still stay. So these houses down here would still ideally fall within a 5-minute service area. But we could see here through the analysis table that there was a significant shift over to the 5 minutes with the new fire station. Overall, we could, even though we can guarantee that a new fire station would be ideal and would really benefit most of the community, this will not guarantee protection from a wildfire. Houses within the wildland-urban interface community should really practice best fire mitigation practices. Here I did a visual recommendation of defensible space buffers, which are recommended through various websites and various fire resources. You have the defensible zone 1, which is really just 5 feet from the house. The zone, sorry, that would be zone 0. You have zone 1, which would be 5 to 30 feet from the house, and then zone 2, which is 30 to 100 feet. And each zone just has different little suggestions from preventing ignition for a private owner's house. But for next steps, I would actually recommend doing this for all the houses in the community, and not just the 3 at the farthest, just to kind of give a visual representation of what homeowners could be doing in order to improve their fire mitigation practices. Overall, I'd like to thank my various sources for the metadata. Without this information, for this analysis would not have been possible. I really would like to thank David and Fernanda, who just provided me with countless supports and answered all my questions and gave me extra credits when I ran out and could not complete any more analysis. I do appreciate that. And then I also just appreciate the University of San Francisco's MSEM program for providing these GIS classes that have given me comfort in utilizing the program. And here are my references. Thank you.